Imagine being a billionaire football club owner. You watch a 21-year-old kid have 3 good games in Qatar or Morocco, and suddenly you're ready to wire 120 million to a team in Portugal or Holland. Welcome to the World Cup tax. It's the most dangerous trap in football, where 4 weeks of international glory can turn an average squad player into the most expensive asset on the planet. Today, we're breaking down why the transfer market loses its mind after every tournament, and the specific players who made teams regret spending their entire budget on a month of vibes. On the other, their stats during the World Cup, God tier. Why does this happen? It's called recency bias. Scouting is supposed to be about data, consistency, and years of tracking. But for owners and directors under pressure, the World Cup is a shop window that glows brighter than anything else. When a player performs on the biggest stage with billions watching, it creates a fever. If you don't buy him now, your rivals will. This creates an artificial bidding war. Clubs like Benfica, Monaco, or Ajax are masters at this. They know that if their player scores a hat-trick in a quarter-final, his price tag just doubled before the final whistle even blows. Let's look at the receipts. James Rodriguez, 2014. He was incredible in Brazil, a true superstar moment. Real Madrid dropped nearly 90 million. While he had moments of magic, did he ever truly justify being the focal point of the biggest club in the world for years? Harry Maguire, post-2018. Slabhead became a national hero. A year later, he's the most expensive defender ever at 97 million. The pressure of that price tag compared to his actual technical ceiling became a talking point for years. Look at the post-Qatar scramble. Players like Enzo Fernandez. Yes, he's talented, but 130 million after a handful of appearances? The market isn't paying for what the player is, they're paying for the hype of what they just saw on TV. The real danger isn't the superstars, it's the system players. At a World Cup, a player might look world-class because the international game is slower and more tactical. But when you drop that same player into the 100 mm of chaos of the Premier League, they vanish. We're seeing average players, guys who would usually cost 25 million, selling for 70 million plus, simply because they didn't make a mistake in a semi-final. This inflates the entire market. If a decent midfielder costs 80 million, what does a truly elite one cost? This is why we're seeing the 150 million plus era becoming the new normal. Is there ever a good World Cup buy? Of course, players like Luka Modric or Kylian Mbappe proved the stage was just the beginning. But for every Modric, there are 5 El Hadji Dioufs. So next time you see your club linked with the breakout star of a tournament for a record-breaking fee, be careful what you wish for. You might just be paying for a month of magic and a decade of debt. Who is the biggest World Cup one-hit wonder in history? Drop the names in the comments. And if you enjoyed this breakdown of the football money machine, hit subscribe to Mini Romano 2.0. I'll see you in the next one.